Great turnover. Free agents that are hot right now. Now, a lot of these free agents that I'm going to name, and that you know, obviously, we're both going to be like, they ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Some of the, like, even though they're free agents, they're not going anywhere. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you Anthony Davis.
I mean,
I'm going to tell you right now, is going to, I feel like the higher percentage, there's a 90% chance that he's staying.
I think it's more than that. I think it's about 99%.
Really?
You know, he and some people will be
though, I think.
And listen, some people will be fooled because he opted out of his contract, right? Just today. But that's a financial move, because if he makes himself, he opts out, he gets more money now when he re-signs with the Lakers.
Yeah.
So it does. I wouldn't read too much into that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's leaving. I think he's going to stay in LA and try to repeat. That's what I think he's going to do.
Hey, man, you never know.
And especially if they get Schroeder. I mean, you get in Schroeder
but that's what
now,
I was going to say.
You got even more help.
I think it depends on what they get.
Yeah.
You know, I just wouldn't be surprised. You get me? If Anthony Davis does some weird move like that. Like, you know, I just, something tells me, and when we spoke about these finals, something told me a little bit that Anthony Davis wants to be his own man.
Yeah.
You know, so for that reason, as much as the favorite is, yes, he's staying in the Lakers. He's staying in the Lakers uniform.
Yeah.
Obviously they won this year. Why not repeat? I get all of that. Hey. They're gonna throw. Hey, listen, they're gonna throw him the book. But I'm just gonna leave a little bit open.
Hey, listen.
You know
that little bit open that you're leaving. I hope he opens it more and he leaves, because that would be great for me. I'd like to see him move on and try to be his own man somewhere else. He already got his ring. So I'm rooting for that, but I think the realistic thing is that he stays. But we'll see.
All right. Brandon Ingram. That's a guy that you've been talking about a while, as far as you feel like he's going.
Yeah. I mean, look, I only feel like he's going or could go because he is a free agent.
Yeah.
So it's really going to depend on.
No, well, you said this before. Well, yeah, because we already knew he was going to be, but
right.
Yeah.
So he's a restricted free agent. So, you know, he's going to get offers from a bunch of teams. But at the end of the day, so long the Pelicans match whatever the other teams are offering, he's going to end up in a Pelicans jersey, because he can't just go out. He's restricted. So, you know, I don't know. Are the Pelicans going to be stupid and not match? That's the only way he's going to leave.
Yeah.
Because they
have. Well, hey, listen. If a Drew doesn't go, because that's the reason why we even had that conversation as far as Brandon. Remember? Because you were like, well, we spoke about Drew or Brandon. What makes more sense for the Pelicans, right? Who to go? And you mentioned, you said Brandon. And I found it kind of.
No. I
don't know if you said Drew. Which one was it that you said?
No. I said
it makes Brandon.
Yeah. I said it makes, as terms of for the Pelicans, it makes more sense for them to hold on to both of them, is what I said, and continue with what they have there. But what I said was the most realistic player to move, I thought, at least at the time, still believe so, would be Brandon Ingram. Not because the Pelicans want him to move, because Drew Holiday is technically under contract, and Drew Holiday they would have to trade, and trades can be tricky. Brandon Ingram's a free agent, so he can say, you know what, the Knicks are offering me this.
Yeah, but they can also say
they can match.
Correct.
But he's going to call their bluff now. He's going to get big offers from other teams, and let's see, put your money where your mouth is, and that's what he's going to tell them.
True.
You know, so we'll see what happens.
Does go, where do you think he fits?
Oh man, Brandon, he's on the upside right now, obviously. So I think he fits almost anywhere.
Uniform?
Right now, I would love that right now. I think he would fit just fine there, but I don't know. I think the Pelicans are gonna match. To be honest,
So you think he's staying?
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay. And they're gonna try to build around Zion and Ingram.
Yeah.
And I guess a little bit Lonzo, but not so much.
Okay, so your favorite is still, Drew being the one gone.
He makes more sense.
Because he's being traded, obviously.
Yeah, his name is floating around heavy now.
Now, we just mentioned him, and you know how I feel about this guy, and you know where I want him to go. Fred VanVleet.
Freddie B. Yeah.
Knicks uniform for me.
Of course, same here. Listen, hopefully he's on the phone right now, or was last week.
I just like it. It just sounds
good. With the Knicks, and he says, you know what,
I'm coming
to you. It would be great.
It sounds good to me, and it feels good to me. And I like the idea of a Fred, not only in this uniform, but with what we're building.
Of course. But remember, I'm sure the Knicks are going to make an offer, for sure. But there's also going to be a bunch of other teams making offers. And we don't know where his mind really is. I will say this, though. When I was on the computer and stuff like that, I came across a podcast that VanVleet was on. They were interviewing him. It was some channel or whatever. And they almost got him. They almost got him fined.
Just say something.
But saying things a little too early. And he said, listen, he goes, because they asked about the Knicks. And he said, they said, oh, the guy was a Knicks fan on the podcast. He says, listen, come to my Knicks. We need your help. And he goes, hey, man, you said it, not me. I just want to be careful. I'm not trying to get fined. And then said, oh, what do you mean by that? He says, listen, I'm a free agent. Obviously, I'm going to go where the money is. I want to get a paycheck right now. But that's all I can say, he says. And then the podcaster asks him, says, what do you think about RJ? He goes, I love that kid, RJ. I think he's really good. So if I'm reading into that, he's giving me a little promise that he's considering us. At least considering.
Hey, listen, you got to show me that, because let me tell you something. I don't even know who this guy is that does that podcast, but I like him already, because he kind of gave us an idea of what can really happen.
Yeah. And VanVleet, at least it sounded like he was thinking about us. So that's a start. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Danilo Gallinari.
I like Gallo. He's not going to be in Oklahoma, I'll tell you that.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. You
know who I like him for? I like him for a win-now team. And this team right here is a win-now team, the team I'm going to mention. I haven't read anything about them chasing him, but I think they should. We said that they should make a little upgrade. This is not a trade. He's a free agent. Give him to Giannis. Chris Middleton, Gallinari, Giannis, Bledsoe. Now you got another shooter, a guy that can score 19, 20 points per game.
You got a Mill.
Yeah. So you throw Gallinari there. I think that fits good.
I don't know. I think
they're not far away.
I think Gallo mirrors, not completely, but mirrors Middleton a lot.
Yes and no. I mean,
so would they be getting kind of like the same?
Yes and no, because Gallo's a little bit bigger, so you can play Gallo, at the small and play Middleton at the 2, and then you throw this guy Bledsoe at the point, Giannis at the power, and insert whoever you want at center. Yeah. And I think that they just got a lot of height on that lineup. They got a lot of veteran on that lineup, and they got a lot of scoring in that lineup. Again, this is a hypothetical that I just came up with. But
no. That's a good. That's very interesting. I think I told you this when we were talking about the Miami and the Lakers. I don't know why Miami Heat gives me that. Gallo could land.
He fits good there too.
I don't know why. But there's something about. I don't know. There's just something about it. I think that could be the piece. That they need extra, because like how we said, this team cannot win alone. Like there's not one individual player that built this team, right? So I feel like him being that extra domino. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, he definitely fits with Miami. He's that extra domino, just like he'd be that extra domino in Milwaukee. And both those teams, obviously, they're on
as much as I love Gallo.
So
and he was a Knicks player before, I wouldn't want a Gallo in a Knicks uniform.
Yeah. I mean, I love Gallo as a Knick.
We don't need a Gallo right now.
I love Gallo as a Knick. I like him as a player. Even now, I think he's solid. He's not going to give you 45 in a game, but he's not going to give you 2 in a game either. You know he's going to give you 19 to 20, good efficient shooting, and good leadership, veteran leadership.
I think we need to go stronger.
I think, though, if you have him, that's a guy. And remember, every team needs this. Every young team needs a veteran that not only could be a voice, but can show it on the court still.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he's there in R.J. Barrett's ear, in Mitchell Robinson's ear, and whoever we draft this year, his ear, maybe a Frank Ntilikina if he's still on the roster. You know, you need a good veteran voice. And the Knicks, actually, they lack that right now. They don't have that veteran voice.
Yeah, but if we got a Gallo, that kind of limits us at that point.
I mean, no, I don't think he's a heavy contract. He's older. I think he's going to be priced reasonable. But I will say this: there's another guy that just came to my head, and as we talking about Gallo, because I rather the Knicks chase this guy, Christian Wood. He's a free agent.
Yes.
I rather him, young player, double. I rather them chase him over Gallo. But, you know, Gallo does bring that veteran, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Now, your guy, and I think this may happen.
Yeah.
When he first came to this team, I feel like his bad luck started. Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. Well, obviously bad luck started. The first game of the season, he had that gruesome injury.
It just kept happening. No, but he just came back and then.
Yeah, but you gotta listen. That's a gruesome injury. Yeah. You come back and then you're gonna have little knick-knack injuries. I mean, it's not often you see a guy's bone come out of their skin on the court.
So don't even get to that. That was so.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, his name is obviously he's a free agent, and I think he is.
He has a player option, so
I think he is gonna definitely exercise that option.
Yeah.
And I think he is gonna get several offers.
You think so? You think? Yeah. You think that people still high on Gordon Hayward right now?
Yeah, they very much are, but they're gonna be high on him on a different way. Not like he was when he went into Boston. He was a max salary guy because why? He was healthy.
So they're gonna. So
he was an all-star.
They're gonna see him as a.
He's a budget player.
Budget asset.
He's a great player you can get on a lower ball money wise now because of his injury history. And but it's that low risk, high reward, because if you're not paying the guy much, but this guy was an all-star 3 years ago, you're hoping he can get to be healthy and somewhere there. And I think a contender would think that, listen, we're not going to run this guy to the ground. A contender, again, like Miami, let's say. You put him on Miami, he doesn't need to be the man. You got Jimmy, you got Bam, you got Tyler Hero.
I don't know. I don't like that for Miami.
I'm just saying, though, in terms of Gordon Hayward not being broken down, because obviously his body is different now since those injuries. It's different.
And Gordon Hayward reminds me a lot, and obviously they're two different type of players, but the unfortunate on how Gordon Hayward was in the up and up.
Yeah.
When that happened.
Of course.
And it reminds me a lot
of he was an all-star out
on Isaiah Thomas situation.
But more magnified because Gordon Hayward. Yeah. Gordon Hayward was the real deal coming out of Utah. The real deal. And that's why Boston paid him what they paid him. They brought him there with Kyrie. It was a whole big press conference. And game one.
They thought that they were going to be it.
Yeah, and game one of that season.
With the young Jason Tatum, with the young Jalen Brown.
And you know what? You'll never know what it could have been because he had that terrible setback. But his career is not over by far. There's going to be I think a lot of teams are going to offer him deals. And he's going to be somewhere else. I don't think he's going to be on the Celtics.
Now, DeMar DeRozan.
That guy.
I think he's going to exercise that player option.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
He wants to go.
Yeah. San Antonio, and he should go.
And I don't think to me, since he went to San Antonio, he didn't fit there.
No, he still gets his numbers though. It's his numbers.
He gets his number, but
yeah.
They
You know what I would like to see? He is a free agent.
Yeah.
Why not let Toronto Raptor, let Fred VanVleet go.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that money that you didn't use on VanVleet, bring back DeMar DeRozan. How good of a story would that be? Put him back with Kyle Lowry.
That would be cool.
You know?
That would be cool.
That'd be nice. Cool. But
you never know.
Listen.
You never know. They love him.
With Siakam and Lowry, you know that. Yeah. I'll be a good team.
Hey, listen, when that happened, they said we love DeRozan.
Exactly. So I could see Lowry saying, "Look, my guy's a free agent this summer. We obviously lost Kawhi last year.
Let's redo this.
Let's replace him.
Let's make it happen."
I can see that.
Hey, listen, you know what? They're shaking on their boots now too, because if you really think about it, Kawhi just said, you know what I mean? He got in and he was gone, and
one and done.
Like, damn, DeMar, like, you know, it didn't sit well with DeMar, and it definitely didn't go well with the Raptors. So I can definitely see something like that happen.
I can see it.
That would be pretty cool.
Yep, that would be cool.
All right, so the last one actually two more I want to talk about, because these two guys, the one I'm going to mention now is Andre Drummond. He needs to leave Cleveland for sure. Yeah. He should definitely exercise that player option.
Yeah, he needs to go somewhere where he could do something, because that team is going nowhere fast.
Nowhere fast.
Yeah.
So he needs to go somewhere. I don't know where he fits. I don't know what team right now really needs
a center.
Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
But I can't think of one.
I mean, I could think of one, but I think they're going to replace the need for a center through the draft. But that would be the Golden State Warriors. They need a center.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to go get James Wiseman. But, they need a center. That's for sure.
We'll get to that. And the last one that we're going to talk about is Mike Conley. Yeah.
He's a solid vet. Is he? I don't know if he's restricted or unrestricted.
ETO.
Yeah. So he's probably going to test the waters.
For me, I honestly think he should, but once again, just because of the way the Utah Jazz, they have too much of in the point guard position.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just feel like him leaving Memphis, going to Utah, didn't really do nothing for him, really. He got, in the bubble, you remember he was gone for a while. He came back late in the game when they were pretty much going to be gone already.
Yeah.
So there's teams that would definitely want a Mike Conley. Me being a Mike Conley fan, I would say, hey, look, what's up? As a New York Knicks fan, but no, I wouldn't want a Mike Conley just because of his prior injuries in the past.
Yeah.
Just because Mike Conley right now, what is he really he's not gonna move the needle for us.
No.
So
I don't think it's a great fit for him. But listen, we'll see. I mean, I don't even think Memphis is Utah necessarily a great fit for him.
But that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think it's a great fit for him neither. So we'll see what he does. But there are another couple guys. Montrezl Harrell, he's a free agent. He's gonna get paid.
I was actually gonna mention
Montrezl. So you got Montrezl. I think he fits good with the Knicks too. So hey, if they could get him, obviously I mentioned Christian Wood. He's another good young guy. A lot of guys don't know about him.
Yep.
He's going to get paid. So this free agency is going to be very interesting. And then you got some of these veterans that I'm very interested in. For example, Carmelo Anthony. He is not done. What does the Portland Trail Blazers do with him? Do they re-sign him? Because he's got a one-year deal.
Well, this is the thing about Carmelo. Before we move forward, I'm glad you mentioned Carmelo, because you remember not even a week ago, I'm going to say the Knicks again. One, we're Knicks fans, and two, this relates to the Knicks. When there was speculations as far as CB3 and Carmelo coming together.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
No, I don't think. I think we're we're going to be out of the CP3 sweepstakes. So them coming together, I don't think is a possible reality.
But I still see Melo coming.
But Melo could end up in a Knicks jersey, man. It has that like story where he might retire a Knicks somehow, some way. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I like him on the Blazers, so I wouldn't be mad if he re-ups with them because
that would be the only old guy that I would want in my team right now. Honestly. Just because not only because of the story, but just because he can actually help us.
Sure.
He can actually help us.
Yeah, he's still productive, and he's a vet. And it's just, I think it'll uplift the team, seeing him. You know what I mean? And learning from him because he is a great player, Hall of Famer.